I've seen this question a lot. How do the doors work in Encanto? Do the portraits on the doors age with the character, or are they static and set in place once they get their gift? This video decisively answers that question. Spoilers though, so make sure you've seen the movie first. When a magical kid turns 5, the house blesses them with a unique gift. This blessing is bestowed during a gift ceremony when the child touches the knob of a blank shimmering door, and the gift is immediately revealed on a portrait etched in glowing gold. Inside the door is nothing until the gift bearer takes their first steps inside, and the entire space fills in like it's generating a video game world. The size of the room is completely disconnected from the outer dimensions of the house, and in every instance that we see, the interior is enormous. Now back to those character etchings on the outside of the doors. When Antonio gets his door, it displays him at his current age of 5 surrounded by animals. And every other door that we see throughout the movie also displays the character at their current age in the movie. Pepa, Bruno, and Julietta's doors show them as full-grown adults, aged 50 each, while Isabella, Luisa, Dolores, and Camilos' doors show them at their current respective ages. This implies that the doors change in age with the characters as time goes on, but nope, they are absolutely static. They never change. And we know this for sure from an earlier scene when Mirabel is staring at photos on the wall from everybody else's past gift ceremony. Pepa, Bruno, and Julietta's doors were exactly the same when they were 5 years old. The door shows them at age 50 in the photograph. Same with Isabella and Luisa's. Their doors in the pictures are exactly the same as when they are older. So without a doubt, these door portraits remain unchanged from the moment they are created. When I first realized this, I chalked it up to an oversight by Disney Animation, simply not wanting to animate a bunch of new doors just for this shot. But Disney simply isn't that lazy. Their attention to detail is part of what makes the worlds that they create so realistic. So if it is intentional, there must be a logical reason why the doors show the ages that they do. Well, maybe it's showing the age at which every character will die. But unfortunately, that would mean Antonio is probably going to be torn apart by his pet leopard in the near future. But no, that is not the reason either. The real reason is actually super obvious once you think about it. These are the ages that each character is when the doors get destroyed towards the end of the movie. The house didn't illustrate Antonio any older than age 5 because it couldn't see into the future past its own destruction. Same goes for every other door. The house illustrated them at the furthest point it could see into the future prior to when the house collapses into rubble. And when the townfolk rebuild the house at the very end of the movie and the magic is restored, we see fresh new shimmering doors on the inside waiting for characters to touch the knobs. Now all of this is completely in line with Bruno's future-telling gift as well. He was also unable to see into the future beyond the collapse of the house. Every vision he had stopped at that point. This all means that the doors are basically premonitions into the future as well, one that no one seemed to notice or take seriously. Like Abuela probably should have been pretty concerned when Isabella's door showed her at the young age of 21, and she should have been panicking with fear when Antonio's only showed him at 5. But maybe she was just relieved that the gift ceremony worked at all, considering that Mirabel's door vanished before her eyes during her gift ceremony. And speaking of Abuela, her door also shows her at the current age of 75. We never see it any earlier than that. And instead of her name, Alma, written above her portrait, it says Abuela, which means it's always said Abuela, even when the house was first created and she was just a young mother of 3 fleeing violence with a bunch of other poor homeless people. Homeless people who stand around watching this massive house spring out of the ground just for Abuela and her 3 babies. I hope at the very least she invited them into shelter with them. Actually, I have a ton of questions about shifty old Abuela, like how is she able to pass along this 200-pound stone like it's a box of pillows? But that's a video for another time, so let me know down in the comments what questions you have about Encanto, or just tell me what you love about it. It's currently my favorite Disney movie, and I've watched it a ton of times with my kids. Thanks everybody for watching. If you liked this video, thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. And as always, please subscribe.